Paul Scholes is one of Manchester United's greatest midfielders ever, and we're looking back at several past Premier League legends recently and been ranking their top 10 goals. Obviously, famous strikes against the likes of Bradford, Aston Villa and Barcelona made the list, but which goals are they joined by and who have topped the list? Let's find out. And we're going to start off with number 10, which was against Barnsley at home in 1997-98. Thinking of goals, and you immediately think of him slapping a 30-yarder into the top corner, but his strike against Barnsley was as deftly as come. He collects the ball from Solskjaer on the edge of the box and dribbled the ball and chipped it in. Just lovely stuff and a lovely finish of a player of his quality, and it really just showed the quality of the player, that goal. But moving on then to number 9, and that was against Liverpool in 1998-99. The only left-footed strike to appear in this list is Scholes' sweetly hit effort in United's Premier League win over Liverpool in the treble season after Dwight Yorke failed to connect with Andy Cole's cutback through the ball. It rolled through to the United number 18, who rifled it into the top corner for a beautiful finish. Yeah, just outstanding. Moving on then to number 8, against Blackburn at home in 2006-07. Scholes scored 10 goals against Blackburn during his career, but none were as good as this effort during the 6-7 season. United were losing 1-0 to Rovers and facing the prospects of Chelsea narrowing the gap at the top of the table to just 3 points when Scholes picked up the ball on the hour, shimmied past 2 players and powered it low. United went on to win this game and wrapped up the title a few weeks later, showing just how important the goal was. Moving on to number 7, United v Panathinaikos in 2000-2001. Another one for the deaf category. United were leading Panathinaikos 2-1 in the closing stages of the Champions League opener when Scholes latched onto a neat Teddy Sheringham flick on the edge of the area. What followed wasn't a pile driver but a delightful chip, and it just showed the technical ability of Scholes. It didn't always have to be a pile driver with him. But moving on then to number 6, against Manchester City in 2009-10,000. Just 3 of Scholes' top 107 top-flight goals were headers, but by far this was the most significant one. United realistically needed a win to keep their title hopes alive, and that Scholes into nod home a Pedro Severa cross in injury time. Chelsea went on to win the league, but Scholes' late clincher still saw them win a derby game and take it to the last day. But moving on then to number 5, against Chelsea at home in 2000-2001. Scholes scored screamers against Chelsea in successive seasons back in the early 2000s, but his goal again at Old Trafford was better than the one at Stamford Bridge because of the technique required. Neville's unusually poor cross into the box was cleared only as far as Scholes, who walloped to strike past Kolo Kodici on the half body. Just an absolutely exquisite strike. But moving on then to number 4, against Middlesbrough in the 99-2000 season. We're getting towards the business end of the list, and this is one of Scholes' best ever strikes. United were leading Middlesbrough 2-1 at the Riverside when Gary Neville pulled them back to Scholes, who lashed a first time 30-yarder beyond the despairing Mark Schwarzer, who had absolutely no chance. Just go back and watch it. An unbelievable goal. Moving on then to number 3, against Barcelona in the 2007-8 Champions League. Perhaps this is the strike he's remembered most formally for. Scholes missed the 1999 Champions League final through suspension, so it's perhaps fitting that it was his goal that secured United's return to the European showpiece 9 years later. He pounced on a poor cross and hit a long-range shot past Victor Valdez and into the top corner for a beautiful goal. Moving on then to number 2, against Bradford in 99-2000. One of the best ever Premier League volleys, but not even the best volley on this list. Not many players in world football were capable of pulling off a strike like this, but he connected sweetly with a David Beckham corner and sent the ball hurtling into the top corner at some rate of knots, and it was just an absolutely beautiful goal. That all leads to number 1, against Aston Villa in 2006-07, and it just had to be this one. Scholes was less prolific as he reached his 30s, but he was still capable of the odd stunner, and so he proved here. I've got to score past him. Scholes recently said when Gary Neville asked him if it was better because Corelli was wearing jogging bottoms, how can I miss against him? And that's what he does. He hammered a ridiculous volley past him. I could just watch this goal all day, just unbelievable. But anyway guys, that's it for today. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and also comment, tumblr, follow me to think for daily football news, and subscribe to my channel, and that'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace.